and sometimes 2, 3 at the same time. What kind of, this is animal behavior. Animals do that. Human beings are supposed to mate for life. Huh? But even then they can't. Now the divorce rate is going higher and higher. And so people aren't even bothering to get married anymore. You know, why bother? Probably going to break up anyway. So might as well just live together. That makes things easier. Huh? Less friction. So they get together very quickly and then they break up very quickly. This is going on. I've seen it. We have some dogs who live down the street. They act like that. Very quickly, easily come together and then apart. Some fight. And that's it. It's over. Bye. Next. Animals. Human beings aren't meant to live like that. Human beings are meant to have love. And love is composed of attachment and taste. But taste, if you have any taste, means you would only want to love someone who's perfect. Why would we want to love someone who has bad qualities, imperfections? Huh? Unless we're settling, unless we're compromising, unless we're, settling for less than we're really capable of. That indicates a lack of respect for ourselves. But if we really want the best for ourselves, we'll only love someone who is perfect, and that's God. That's Kṛṣṇa. Kṛṣṇa has all good qualities in superabundance, unlimited, ever increasing. So Kṛṣṇa is the proper object for love. Actually, he's the only object for love because he's the only person who's perfect. Everyone else has some imperfection. I mean, actually, you can even find imperfection in Kṛṣṇa if you look hard enough. Kṛṣṇa is so perfect that he includes imperfection, but he's still perfect. Like some people say, well, if God is perfect and his creations are perfect, like the material world, then why is there suffering in this world? Well, because the material world is perfectly imperfect. The material world is a place where people can come who don't want perfection, who don't want God, who don't want service to God, who don't want to love God, who want to have some separation from God. And because of this separation, everybody in this world is suffering. They're feeling some pain, some deep discomfort and longing in their hearts. I know, I was like that. I remember. It was horrible. You can never quite feel satisfied, no matter what you do. Try this, you try that, you go here, you go there, do this, do that, with this one, with that one, whatever, and then still no satisfaction. And this goes on and on and on and on. Well, why do we do this to ourselves? Well, we could have a perfect beloved. We could have Kṛṣṇa. Just try to understand. But Kṛṣṇa is not going to accept you unless you're pure. That's why we're talking about pure love of God. He's not going to accept you if your love is divided between him and somebody else. Why should he? If you're going to marry somebody, let's say I'm going to marry some girl and I find out she's got another boyfriend. Oh, what's going on? I mean, that's the end of that deal, right? So Kṛṣṇa is the same way. Kṛṣṇa is even more picky about that. He says, Vyavasayatmika buddhi. Your intelligence has to be completely one-pointed and fixed on him. That's the only way he'll accept you. Sarvadharman parityaja, mam ekam sharanam vraja. He says, give up all other different kinds of religion and only surrender to me. Surrender to me alone. Then I'll protect you and I'll save you from all sinful reactions. Yeah? Otherwise, forget it. No deal. Sorry. Next. Try to understand. He's the supreme. He's the top. That's it. You can't go any higher. That's it. He's the absolute, from which all else has come. So if we love him, then we achieve satisfaction. But we have to be pure. We have to get rid of all of our impurities. So great authorities like Bhishma have explained that love of Godhead means completely giving up all so-called love for any other person. According to Bhishma, love means reposing one's affection completely upon one person, withdrawing all affinities for any other person. This pure love can be transferred to the Supreme Personality of Godhead under two conditions: out of ecstasy and out of the causeless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. In other words, everyone has the desire to love. Everyone has the power to love. Every spirit soul has, at his core, the desire to love. But now, at the moment, our love is divided among so many different things. Our attachment, our pleasure, our identification is divided amongst many, many different things. So how do we direct this love only towards Kṛṣṇa? If we accept the Vedic philosophy that Kṛṣṇa is the perfect object of love, then how do we transfer our love to Kṛṣṇa? So Bhishma is saying either out of ecstasy or out of the mercy of Kṛṣṇa himself. So now we're going to examine those. Ecstasy. Ecstatic love of Godhead can be potently invoked simply by following the rules and regulations of devotional service as they are prescribed in the scriptures, under the direction of a bona fide spiritual master. There's your answer. You want to know how? Follow the rules and regulations of devotional service as they're given in the scriptures under the direction of a bona fide spiritual master. You notice the very careful selection of words here. You follow the rules and regulations as they're given in the scriptures. Not as you think they should be, not as you guess they might be, not as you would like them to be, not as you imagined them to be, but as they are given in the revealed scriptures, not any other way. And under the direction of a bona fide spiritual master, not independently, not whimsically, not with your friends, not with your mom's cat, not with anybody, but under the direction of a bona fide spiritual master. And not a rascal spiritual master, a bona fide spiritual master. And the definition of a bona fide spiritual master is one who is situated in the disciplic succession and who is following the order of his spiritual master, the instructions of the Vedas, and the examples of the great souls in the disciplic lineage coming down from Kṛṣṇa. That's a bona fide spiritual master. In the 11th canto, 2nd chapter, verse 40 of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, this ecstatic love, born of the execution of regulative devotional service, is explained. A devotee, in the course of executing the regulative principles of devotional service, develops his natural Kṛṣṇa consciousness, and being thus softened at heart, he chants and dances like a madman. While performing chanting of the holy name of the Lord, he sometimes cries, sometimes talks wildly, sometimes sings, and sometimes, without caring for any outsider, dances like a madman. Never? Oh, we'll have to fix that. In the Padma Purana, there is a statement about ecstatic love born of spontaneous affection. Chandrakanti, a celebrated fair-faced girl, rigidly observed celibacy in order to obtain Kṛṣṇa as her husband. She always engaged herself in meditating on the transcendental form of the Lord, and she always chanted the glories of the Lord. She did not desire to accept anyone else as her husband. She had firmly decided that only Lord Krishna would be her husband. Mirabai was like that too. There are many examples of beautiful ladies who decided, well, why should I marry some ordinary schmuck? Well, I should marry Krishna, you know? And we feel like that too. Why should we get involved in some love affair with some ordinary human beings? Huh? What's going to be the profit in that? It's only going to be trouble. That's our experience. You know, we're experienced. Huh? We've been around. We tried this and that. And guess what? It was a big bunch of pain and trouble. So now that we are exclusively directing our loving attachment towards Krishna, we're happy, we're satisfied. The devotees here, they tell me that they don't have any difficulty following the regulative principles. That's because